Hello and welcome to yet another amazing episode. My name is Jacinta Wangeshi, and in case this is your first time here, please subscribe, like this video, and share it with any other amazing woman who needs to hear this. Yeah, in this channel, we talk most things about relationship based on my own experiences and also on my skill as a coach, as a relationship coach, as a toxic relationship coach. For the past 3 years, I have been helping women leave toxic relationships and actually find healthy, fulfilling love. So thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, a huge, huge thank you. And today, I'm going to be answering some of these questions that you have been asking in my DMs. So let's get into it. You have asked me a bunch of questions, which I'm really, really grateful for. And please keep them coming, keep them coming. As I said, if I'm asked a question by more than 3 people, what I do is I do a video on it because I know that this is a pain point that most of us are experiencing. And yes, it is something that most of us are experiencing. Some of us just have never even thought it's something that maybe they might want to ask. But whatever question you have, please feel free to comment down below, send me in the comments, or you can send me on any of my platforms. Send me a DM, and I will actually do a video on it, or I will answer you there and then. Yeah. So if you see me looking down, it's because I have written them down in a book just to be able to flow, right? And I'm here with them. And let me just go on to question number one. Question number one was a lady who asked me about silent treatment. She said that, Jacinta, I am in a relationship with this man, and every time we fight or we have an argument, he goes quiet on me for 4 to 6 weeks. Is this normal? How would you advise? So, here is my advice to you, my darling. First of all, silent treatment. Let's talk about silent treatment. It doesn't matter how long it goes, whether it's a day or two, although there's some people who just do not like to process, just to get into talking immediately after the whole thing has happened. It's good to just give them some time. But how much is a lot of time, or how much is a lot? Yeah, because then again, it's okay to feel hurt. It's normal in relationships. You'll have conflicts, and if you have not actually seen the difference between healthy and unhealthy relationships, where I talk about the difference, one of the difference being it's in intensity. Like, what is how much is much? This is the question that I actually answer in the difference between a healthy and an unhealthy relationship. Why in a healthy conflict, first of all, in both is very normal, but the frequency makes a difference or says a lot. One, in the healthy one, it happens, yes, there is conflict, but two people choose to just sit down and make it work, right? You decide, hey, if this is the problem, then I'm gonna try different. And the other person decides, fine, yes, I see where it went wrong, and I'm sorry, and you apologize, and you decide to move forward from that. But in an unhealthy relationship, the frequency is so much that yes, the good times are actually less than the bad times. The good times are actually fewer, yes, than the bad times, and not even the frequency, but also in the intensity. How bad do they get? One, there are those who decide to internalize and they give you the silent treatment, or two, the other people decide to actually now verbalize it or abuse you physically or whatever it is, like it's a full-blown abuse. So let's talk about these other ones who decide to just shut down and give you the silent treatment. All this, if you have been following, is now under the toxic relationship, because I believe any person, no matter how bad or what you have done out there, they should be willing to communicate and tell you, hey, I just did not like what you said at this particular time. It made me feel like this and like this. But the minute that they shut down, it automatically becomes a weapon that can actually drive you crazy. If you've ever been in a relationship with somebody who gives you the silent treatment, then you know that this can drive you crazy. You do not know what this person is thinking or why they're even quiet at you. You're living with a person, but then they're quiet, they're not talking to you, they're not willing to make it work. 4 weeks to 6 weeks, honey, that's a lot of time. And what this person is actually doing, this is what we call emotional abuse. They're leaving your brains to just eat you out. It is a form of torture. It is a form of abuse. This is very abusive. And if you're watching me and you are really this person who uses the silent treatment as a tool, then just know that you are actually doing some form of abuse towards your spouse or your partner or whoever. I've said it's okay if you process things differently, and I have come to learn that, especially even in the relationship that I'm in, which is very different. It's a healthy relationship, and to be honest, sometimes I feel like in the heat of the moment, rather than to say something and to make things worse, let me just shut down and let me keep quiet and keep it to myself. It's okay to sit with the emotion and process it, and then later on when I calm down, I can go to my partner and actually have a conversation with them. So this is not a healthy relationship. Honestly, if this person is not willing to make a change, then it might be time for you to consider the next step. And what is the next step? I usually say I do not tell, and I've never told anyone, hey, it's time for you to leave your relationship. But if you can actually get yourself in therapy or a coaching program like the one that I run, what I do is I tell women the main aim of this program is to help you gain clarity, one, and a sense of direction. Because at that particular time, and especially I can see it even in her message, what she's looking for is clarity and a sense of direction. Because if this has been going on and on, it's a cycle. And usually this is there's something that we call a cycle of abuse. And once you're in it, like it is a cycle, a full circle, it doesn't end there. It keeps going on and going on, and you'll be feeling like you have to walk on eggshells. You'll be feeling like you cannot address conflicts, and what this does is that it eats you on the inside. Because I know because I've been there. If you do not know about my story, I have been in a very toxic relationship in the past, and these are some of the things that I struggled with. And the reason why I came up with this program is to help women like you and like myself who did not first of all have the awareness, because awareness was the first step for me to actually leave that toxic relationship. Once I found out that this was actually a cycle, knowing that it is never ending until I actually break it, that gave me the clarity, the confidence, and the direction. It gave me like a push for me to know which direction I wanted to take. And for me, I chose not to be in that sort of relationship. So for you, maybe it's time for you to seek help as well, so that you may gain the two things that you're most importantly looking for: a sense of direction and clarity. That's going to be a game changer in anyone's journey towards self-awareness and even healing. Yeah. Another question, what I'll do, because I am really explaining this in depth, I will keep it to a part one and a part two. So this will be part one because I have a bunch of questions here. So question number two. Somebody asked me, this is at filtered, so I'm answering all the questions that I've been receiving. I've had a bunch of them, and I've actually not been able to go back to my DMs and respond because some of them are like I have a bunch of them. But like I said, if you ask me, if the question is asked by more than two people, then I'm going to be answering it in the form of a video. So I've been asked, what attracted you to your partner? What attracted now me to my current husband? Let me just say that it was his consistency. His consistency. And this is why I said in the program, the one thing that I help you with is clarity and a sense of direction. Clarity is that when you're aware, when you start becoming aware of one, what your triggers are, two, your attachment, then you're going to be able to understand not just yourself, but also the values that your next person, partner, or husband should possess. For me, it was consistency because I was getting triggered a lot in the other relationship that I've just previously talked about, the toxic one, because the person that I had in my life was very consistent. They were very inconsistent, and with time, I came to understand that I get triggered. I understood my attachment, and it was an anxiously attached style, and that meant that things like inconsistencies really triggered me. So I knew my person had to be very consistent, where it will not trigger me, one, and two, it will help regulate my nervous system. This is another full thing, another full conversation that we talk about, and I talk more about it or in depth in the program. And if you would want to join the program, please DM me on any of my socials or just comment down below. Ask me about the program, and we can schedule a one-on-one when we have a conversation first, because there's so much that happens behind that makes you now date differently. I have dated before. Even after I left the relationship, I dated. But to be honest, it was like I was looking for something that I did not know what it was. Can you imagine that? It's like you're looking for something with a blindfold on your eyes. But having the information, having had gone through various coaching programs and working with people in my life, I always say a support system is going to be a game changer for you, especially as a single woman out there. Right now is the time for you to invest in yourself, not just in monetary value, but also in every other way, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. This is the time for you to fall in love with yourself so much, and you will see it will show even in the people that you attract. So for me, I will tell you that for fact. The one thing that before I even knew about his consistency, because you might be thinking, yeah, but it takes time for you to think about consistency. Yes, you're right. The first thing that actually made me, first of all, get attracted to him was his mind. For me, I'm the type who falls in love with a person just based on how well can you hold a conversation. He was and is a very engaging person, and you can hold a very intelligent conversation. I really looked for somebody who I can talk to and challenges my mind, because you do not want, if you're a person who loves intelligence and just somebody who can you can pick your mind with. You do not want to be stuck with just any person who the only thing you talk about is football. And I have no faith about people who like football. But if football is not your thing, then look for somebody who you have something in common with. Because at the end of the day, I think to myself, my kids are going to be all grown and they're going to live, and it will just be me and him. So if we cannot have a conversation, imagine what will we have going on, yeah? So for me, it was the fact that he was able to hold intelligent conversations. That was a really huge one. Also, he was able to hold the intelligent conversations, and with time now I got to see his other soft side, which was he loved kids. I think we have had a conversation here, and if you have not seen the video, go back and see the videos where we have a video with my husband where we talked about how we met and all that. So our next date was in this women's shelter, and I got to see him with kids. And of course, being a mother and coming in with my kids, I knew that I wanted a person who would not just be my husband, but a good father to my kids as well. Yeah. So he ticked those two boxes, and that allowed the relationship to go a step further of me now being officially his girlfriend. And he had to ask me for it. Let me just add that there, that I knew in my next relationship I wanted to do things right, and I had told myself I'm not getting into any relationship until the person officially asks me. And he did just that. I didn't even have to coerce it out of him. I didn't need to point it out. He actually officially asked me, "Will you be my girlfriend on our third date?" And I said yes. Yeah. So that was some of the things that actually attracted me to him. Yeah. On to the next question. There was this lady who said that I'm 52 years old. Why do I attract younger guys? 52-year-old, why do I attract younger guys? And crazy thing is that I had a conversation with another lady who told me the very same thing. So like I said, this is why I address them, because they're being asked not just by one person. She was in her 50s. She was attracting men who are in their late 20s, early 30s. And she's like, why can't I just get somebody my own age? Well, let me just give a disclaimer or a caution. I say that age is just a number, first of all. It is the emotional maturity that matters. The emotional maturity that matters. But then, when there is a huge age break or age gap, then there's some red flags and questions. And this is not just me, because I have seen it a lot even in the government, and especially being somebody who has gone through the US immigration. I saw it with other women who are also in the same process. Like if you have a huge age gap, even the officials like zoom in on your relationship just a little more. Yeah. So when you're attracting younger men, and this is not what you want, it will be different if this is what she wanted, but this is not what she wants. So why are you attracting these men? Let me just say that age here is not just the issue. Yeah, it's just like the cover to this book. Okay, meaning that there is more that goes on. It's not just about the age, it's about which energy do you possess. And I say very well, in dating, your energy shows up even before people know you. The way you're swiping, the person on the other end can be able to tell. That is why you might be in a dating app and you're wondering, so why am I not getting the good men? Where are all these good men? People like Jacinta found husbands in dating app, but all I'm getting is men who are asking for nudes and hookups and all these other things. Well, the thing is your energy, and I always say it doesn't matter whether you're just religious and not spiritual, because there's a huge difference, and I understand and appreciate the diversity in the way we see things. But let's talk about how sometimes somebody just comes into a room and automatically you do not like them. You've never met them, you've never seen them anywhere, you know nothing about them, but you do not like them for some reason. Or and your heart is telling your friends, hey, I do not like the vibe of that girl. Or somebody comes in and naturally you're just drawn to them. I, for a fact, can tell you that this is how I've made friends. I just saw someone. This is like one of my best friends. I'll not name her, but she knows herself. So we were in this group, and she had just come in, and she was very new to the premises. We had some businesses. It was like a business setup, and we were discussing with the other women, and they were all like, "No, I do not like her. Do you see how she dresses? Have you seen her social media and all that?" But when I went to her social media, I was like, well, she seems like my type of person. She was dressing elegantly. She loved fashion. I thought, you know what? I might have a thing or two that I like about her, or that we have in common with. And despite of all this other talk that most of my friends or my other friends were talking about, I reached out to her and went to her and I just said, hey, I introduced myself. My name is so and so. What's your name? And welcome. And from there, we struck a relationship, and it has been a relationship for over some years. And some people just don't understand why I'm friends with her. Well, it is not anything that you can point or touch. Your energy is about just who you are as an individual and how you show up. Yeah, I know here some people think that they know that they think that Jacinta, now me, is this way, but sometimes I might not be that, but the energy that I'm exuding is that way. Yeah. So if you are attracting only these sort of people, what sort of energy are you coming out with? One, with some of the women that I've spoken with in the past, I had to go back and ask them, tell me about yourself growing up, your childhood, and all that. And what I came to find out is that they came from either a background that had them either being very responsible at a very young age. So all they have ever known is how to nurture, how to mother, how to take care of people. So even these men who show up in their lives, they're just looking for that. And then I asked them, like, what are these people offering to the table? They said they like you. Let's be very honest here. Like, I like the tough love approach most of the time. I tell you, tell me for truth, for sure. Apart from the sex, what else is this person offering you? And you will be surprised. They'll be like, maybe advice, but honey, is advice from this man different from what you would have gotten from a girlfriend out there? Or are you in a relationship with someone solely for the advice? Yeah, or somebody that you can talk to, because you can always talk to anyone else out there. So you cannot be in a relationship or claim to be in a relationship simply because somebody is talking to you, right? And then I asked them, okay, so what are you giving out? And this is something that I would like you as a woman who has been attracting either an available man or younger men like this, or low quality men. Just ask yourself, so what are you giving? Yeah, the relationship that you're in. Maybe you're in a relationship right now. So what are you giving? She will tell me, well, I'm always there. I support him. I'm pushing him to be great. I give him connections. I've helped him to get a job. I'm even giving him money. I don't know, pay for his school. I don't know, he has kids, and sometimes he says that he doesn't have money, and I send him some money. So at the end of it all, this is a one-sided relationship. And it's very sad to see it like this because you know that this person is in it just specifically for what they're getting. Otherwise, if they were not there to get anything, then this relationship will be mutual. And that's the thing about healthy relationships. They are mutual. I bring in, you bring in, not just one-sided relationship. And that is, by the way, how you even know whether a relationship is right for you. One, how do you feel about this relationship? How do you feel? Women never ignore your intuition. I always say that. No matter how bad it has taken a beating, because when your self confidence has taken a beating, then your intuition or your self trust takes a beating as well. Two, do you feel like you're doing most of the work? Do you feel like it's a one sided relationship? If you feel like you are overworking in this relationship, probably it's because you are, and that relationship is just not what you need right now. Yeah. So, my dear, I'm going to end this video here. I have a bunch more questions. Sit back and enjoy this. Comment if you have maybe a question that you would want me to add. I have a bunch of them, but I do not want this video to be so long. But I have a lot of questions. Send me some more if you have a burning question or a burning issue that you would want me to address. And let me know, what would you advise these women if they were your sisters, your friends, your mother? What would you advise them? Is it different from how I have been able to address these situations? I would love to know. So until next time, bye bye, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it. Share it with women who you feel I might be talking to them in those 3 questions. Yeah. So until next time, bye bye.